All right. So why are we here today? The reason why we are here today is
This call is
because
now being recorded.
our interns have worked on the project and they are here to present this particular project to the wider audience for you to be able to see what it's like to work on projects within the Amdari internship program. Our consultants are here to present a project. So the title of this project is Predictive Healthcare Capacity Management, the project by our project management consultants in collaboration with the data science consultant team. So before I go on, a bit about Amdari. So Amdari is that platform that connects, that gives you real life world experience through internship, that enables anybody that takes our program to be able to get a job in data analysis, data science, data engineering, business analysis, cybersecurity, GRC, and project management. So assume we were able to spot a gap, and that gap is basically that there are certain institutions that have trained many people within the tech space. Many people are receiving trainings from Coursera, from Allison, from different kind of brands, but not a lot of them are able to compete with people with real work experience when it comes to landing a tech in the UK market and every other market. The market is changing, the times are changing, governments are bringing different kind of rules, and people need to get a job. But meanwhile, recruiters don't want to take the gamble of hiring a complete novice. This is where Amdari comes in. We have designed our program in a way whereby people who have taken courses in these fields, in this training, taking a training in this data analysis, data science, and co, are able to come and work on projects within Amdari that gives them real life work experience for a period of 3 months. They work on this project and then they are able to compete or go outside the world there and really, really impress recruiters into hiring them, sponsoring them, and so on and so forth like that. So a little bit about me. My name is Olumide Egbemakinde. I am a data-driven media buyer, growth marketing manager. I have a passion for helping people, helping tech enthusiasts, people who have taken tech courses, transition into a job-like mode whereby they are able to position themselves as a proven professional in their field. I've been working in the edtech industry for the last 5 years. I currently lead growth and innovation within Amdari, and we have been doing amazing things at Amdari, helping people who are looking for jobs within the tech scope get their dream jobs, help them get sponsorship jobs, and so on and so forth. We have quite a number of testimonials. We'll be diving into that much more later in this session. So, just a quick example of the kind of people who are our target market. You have done your master's, you're a recent graduate, you've done a master's in cybersecurity, master's in this, master's in that, various kind of master's degree. And now one of the very good factors about when you move from the Nigeria to UK or anywhere else as an immigrant into the UK is that you abandoned a lot, you've sold a lot, you've done quite a number of things in order for you to be able to transition there, and you want to receive a return on investment. And after graduating, you discover that you sent out many applications, but you get ghosted, you're not getting called back. So, and you feel like you have potential, you've done these things. If you are in your country of origin, you'll not be struggling into breaking into this dream industry. And you have discovered that you basically do not lack experience within this field. And some people are mid-career professionals and they are beginning to feel like they are overwhelmed by how fast the cybersecurity, the project management field, every other field are flying past them, and they seem like they're just playing catch up all the time. And they want to be able to level up within the field. And last but not the least, if you belong into the immigrant space, like you're an immigrant professional, you moved as a skilled worker or anything within the how am I going to put it now? Within care, within any other job, but you are not finding fulfillment with what you are currently doing, and you have taken some level of tech course, but you want to be able to gain some level of experience, some level of knowledge, and transition into full work mode whereby you can work remotely, you can have time for kids, have time for family, do things that you are supposed to do. You can even travel anywhere in the world and still be working at the same time. Then this session is for you. You need to wait till the end of this session because I have a special gift for people who wait at the end of the session, and this session promises to be impactful. But before we dive right into what Amdari does fully and what you stand to gain and so on and so forth like that, let's listen to our consultants who have worked on the project that I mentioned in the beginning. They are going to be presenting now what they worked on, and listen attentively so that you can ask them questions, understand how they arrived at their answers, how do they worked it out, what's their experience like within the Amdari project, so that they can give you feedback. Thank you, everyone. I've been handing over to the project management team.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Bilkis.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Bilkis Yakub. I am a project management consultant with the Amdari group. I've been on this um, internship for 6 months now, and I'll be presenting a project we have worked on alongside my colleague Plus Chendwi.
All right, thank you. Please go on.
I'll be sharing my screen. I think I don't have I'm unable to share my screen. I need some I'm not allowed to share my screen.
Um, Olumide, I think the privilege is you're not allowed to share video or anything. Can you just remove that? It's under host control.
All right, Bilkis, you can share your screen now.
Okay, yeah, I've just seen it. Thank you. Please let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, yes, you can see your screen.
Can see your screen. All right. Good evening to everyone. I am Chenny Klaus. Well, as rightly said by Bilkis, we shall be presenting a project today on predictive healthcare capacity management. Last month, on the 25th of October, precisely, as consultants, we were contacted by Amdari to carry on this project on predictive healthcare capacity management, a hillside initiative by MedOptic Analytics, a digital health solution company which is located in Finland and operates across Sweden, Germany. This company contacted us through Amdari to build data-powered hospitals that anticipate demands, not just respond to it. What we were meant to do or to offer, that is the core offering, we were meant to do the predictive analytics for hospital admissions and bed occupancy, operational dashboard for health administrators, staff workload, and scheduling optimization tools. We also did integration with electronic health record system. Next. What was the business challenge that the company had? The company had a 25% long patient waiting time, a 20% inefficiency in bed allocation, declining staff satisfaction and morals. Hospitals in Finland public health network faced persistent challenges in managing patient inflow and staff workload, especially during flu and pandemic seasons. Most operational decisions were reactive based on historical averages, leading to under pre underpreparedness. Key challenges they faced overcrowded emergency departments during patient surgeries, delayed response to changes in bed demands and supply shortages, lack of centralized visibility into patient flow and staff utilizations, high level of staff burnout due to unpredictable scheduling. The impact of this project, like said before, is that we are to have a 25% a longer patient waiting time, 20% inefficient bed allocation, and declining staff satisfaction morals. Project overview. Hillside Predictive Care Capacity Management. What was the scope for this project? To design and deploy a predictive hospital capacity management dashboard to forecast patient inflow, optimize bed usage, and align staffing needs with demand trends. The budget for this project was €70,000. Rationale for the project. Hospitals generate massive data daily. Admissions, discharge, staffing, and resource usage, but rarely convert it into actionable insight. The Hillside initiative was launched to harness data intelligence to enable predictive, proactive, and precision-based hospital operations. The goals for this project: to predict patient admissions up to 30 days ahead with a 50% accuracy, optimize bed and ward allocations by 25 to 30%, reduce emergency inflow incidences by 20, build a lightweight, adaptable Power BI dashboard, and create a pilot model that could be scaled across Nordic hospitals. Solution approach. The solutions that we rendered were we had to do data integration. We combined 3 years of historical admissions, discharge, and staffing data, cleaned and structured data sets for modeling. We equally did predictive modeling, where we built a time series model predictions 7 days, 14 days, and 30 days patient inflow. We applied regression analysis to forecast bed demands per ward. We equally designed dashboard by Power BI, where we had the KPIs, current occupancy forecast for admissions, available beds, staff to patient ratio. We equally did visuals, where we forecast trend lines, real-time bed map, and supply indicators gauges. As solution, we equally had validation and training, where we compared predicted results to actual inflow over 6 weeks. Conducted dashboard training for 16 hospital managers. After doing all of this, our milestone or the milestone that we achieved, we had initiation and planning, where we developed project charter to define scope, identify stakeholders, and obtain approvals. We created core project documents like business case, research metrics, risk log, business requirements. We equally had a milestone of requirements and architecture, where we had to do problem definition and scoping, data collection and integration, that is historical admissions, discharge, and staffing. We did define technical architecture, that's by Azure, Power BI, and model interface. We equally did developments, where we had to do data cleaning, exploratory data analysis, data processing, pre-processing, future engineering, modeling section, and training. We did model evaluation. As a milestone, which is what we are doing now, we are doing closing and reporting. We are reporting the project that we have done. Therefore, final project report and stakeholder presentations, which is what we are doing now. We also have project handover and closure activities. As from this stage, I would like to hand over to my learned colleague Bilkis to continue from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Klaus. I'll be taking us through the data aspect of the project, which was carried out by a data scientist in person of John Abba, who unfortunately couldn't join us on this call. So for this project, we looked at 3 years worth data sets, which we had to clean. And in the process, we had a total of 194,096 entries, which created 32 columns. On the key insight, we had no missing values, and all 3 columns for all of the 194,096 entries had 100% non-null counts. This indicates clean, complete, and reliable data sets. On this slide, we can see the data, and this was the data just as we started cleaning it. And we were able to classify them into data type consistency, which included numerical data, categorical data, and temporal data. In terms of the numerical data, we store them as numerical types for reliable mathematical operation. For instance, wait time, triage level. And under the categorical text data, we stored them for consistent categorical labels. For instance, word code, arrival source. And for the temporal data, we stored as data time for time series analysis. On this chart, we can see weekly admissions as against discharge across the hospitals. We can see on the red bar, the red line shows admissions across from January 2023 up until 2025. And we can see the numbers of discharge. If we look at what we have here, we can see a higher rate of admissions compared to discharge. With this, we came up with key observations, which looked into significant imbalance. And this shows us that the pink line, which is the admissions, as against the discharge, which is the gold line, had a range. And for admissions, we had a range from 7,000 to over 10,000 admissions per week, while the discharge rate was tightly clustered between 4,500 and 5,500 per week. Net patient gain shows that weekly, the number of patients admitted is significantly higher than the number of patients being discharged. And this directly leads to an increase in occupancy, crowding, and overflow. Admission volatility shows that we have more highly volatile and line, which shows peak mirroring seasonal trends. And we observed this through a monthly analysis around the winter months of January 2023, January 2024, and January 2025. Discharge stability. The discharge line is remarkably stable across the entire period, and this explains that there's minimal weekly fluctuation and no clear seasonal variation. The stakeholder implication of what we have seen shows that there is a crowding crisis, and this is continuous and significant between the admissions and the discharge. And this confirms a systematic issues where the hospital system is constantly piling up. Focus on discharge has to be a priority because this is is driven by seasonal needs from the patient, and the stakeholders must focus on the discharge processes. The stability of the discharge line suggests that the system may have a bottleneck or a fixed capacity constraints in its ability to process patients out of the hospital. Actionable insights. There should be efforts towards identifying and eliminating barriers to discharge, such as delay in patient placements, lack of post-acute care resources, or inefficient discharge planning, particularly during high admission periods, which is the winter time. On this chart, we can see the monthly average admission trend. And if we look closely, we can see spikes between the winter period, the winter months, from somewhat around November, December, January of every year. And then it's going downwards towards the end of February, March. And this has been consistent over 3 years, sorry. The key observation is overall range. Average monthly admission fluctuates significantly from a low of 30.0 to as high as 40.0, as we've observed in the charts earlier on. There's also peak admission in winter months, and this shows strong seasonal pattern across the winter months, specifically around November, January. We had a high in January 2024 of 40.0. Through admissions and trough admissions. So the lowest admission rates consistently occurred during the mid-year and summer months. Sorry, did someone say something?
No, please continue. Somebody unmuted themselves. Please continue.
Okay. Yeah, so we can see between 2024 May and 2024 June, the trough of 30.0 and 30.2. And the lowest admission rates consistently occur during the mid-year and summer months. Consistency shows that seasonal cycle is highly reproducible across the analyzed 3-year span. And this is showing a predictable rise from July to August to December, January. The stakeholder implication of this shows that there has to be proactive ramp up during the winter period. And each year, this has to handle the 33% increase in average admission, which is approximately 30 to 40 admissions. Whilst during summer months, there should be reduced planning that can be applied during the quieter summer months. Here is just the chart to show the average wait time that we noticed over the 3-year period. So from the previous slide, the key observation from average wait time shows that there's a uniform high wait time across all 4 arrival sources, which is estimated to about 200 minutes. That's like 3 hours, sorry. And then we also noticed that there is lack of prioritization. So there is no meaningful operational difference between patients that arrived through ambulance, transfer, or self-referral. The stakeholder implication of this shows that there is a systematic bottleneck, and that is a failure in triage. So all patients have to queue together regardless of urgency of their conditions. And an actionable insight could be dedicated fast track. And this has to occur by implementing dedicated fast track pathways for ambulance and transfer arrivals to ensure significantly low wait times. In addressing this problem, we had to come up with a model, and I'm going to show us that model now. Sorry, it's going to take us back.
So, Bilkis, I think you are sharing your entire screen. Can you share just tab? If you share tab, we can hear the sound in the background.
Okay, I thought I did
All right.
share the. Okay, I'm just
No,
going
just
to.
share tab, not entire screen, tab only.
Okay, I thought that was what I did. Sorry about
Stop
that.
sharing.
Okay.
Now share tab instead of entire screen.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right.
Okay, 1 second. Yes. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Hello?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
I can
Go
see your
ahead.
screen.
We can. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just going to start the model again. Sorry about that.
So just to ask, is there a voice that is playing in the model?
Yes.
Oh, we can't hear it for some reason.
I'm just sharing the tab, not the whole of my screen.
I think you're sharing the whole of your screen.
Let me just stop sharing because I just selected the tab. Sorry about that.
I think you need to. Okay, go on.
Sharing the tab is the first option.
Yes, so that's what I've selected. But okay, yes, I should be able to solve that
You
now.
see Chrome tab. Then I don't know if you're using Chrome anyway, but
I'm using Firefox. Okay, so let me try again.
And please increase the volume of the video.
It's on the max volume, yes. But let me just play it and see if it works now.
Bilkis, please let me help a bit. Maybe you that is go back, share the tab, and then you go to our slide. Just click on hello. It will play automatically.
Yeah, that's the same thing I did, but let me just try. Let me just do that again now.
Yes, do it that way because it's like you're sharing something you already kept.
because you joined this meeting with Chrome, right?
No, Firefox.
It's Firefox. Okay, I'm supposed to.
Yes, so I've selected on the video, but can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Can you send the video link into the comment section? Let me present for you.
Okay.
Just click on hello.
So it's loading now. So let me try it again.
Yes.
Can you
Still
hear
the
the
same.
audio now?
No. If you can copy the link in the comments,
Okay.
I will share on your behalf and then I will.
All right, I'll do that now.
All right, thank you.
Yes, I have sent that now.
This is a simple simulation of predicted admissions for 7 days with an effective capacity of 35 and a occupancy of 38 with a discharge rate of say about 0.5. As we can see from our model, we are using a start date of 27th of November 2025 and an end date of 31st of December 2025. If we run our model, it gives us these values here, starting from 52,000, which is the start date, ending at 52,557 across for 7 days of the week. For 7 days of the week, starting from 1st of so the output gives you from 1st of April to 25th of 1st of 1st of April to 1st of May, which is for 30 days, but then split in 1 week. The reason is because why we have this um, space is because of the length of our test data. And next, we will be doing a prediction for a 30-day using 40 effective capacity and full capacity of 40 run our prediction. So for 30 days, we have about the same value. So it runs from April all the way to October, as we can see here. So this is a simple simulation of our model, giving us prediction of 53,000 per month, as the case may be. And our model actually has an 88% R2 score, which is not too bad. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just going to take us through the conclusion of the project. So the Hillsides Initiative Predictive Healthcare Capacity Management Project has successfully been able to demonstrate the transformative potential of decision making by data-driven facts within hospital operation. And we're able to do this by integrating 3 years of admission, discharge, and staffing data. The project has successfully developed a predictive model which is capable of forecasting patient inflows with high accuracy and supporting proactive bed and staffing management. On the course of this project, we faced some challenges and we've been able to address them. And some of the lessons we've learned during the project include the use of agile method, which brought about a sync between the data scientists and the project managers. And we were able to achieve that by having weekly sprints, which enabled rapid feedback, continuous model refinement, and iterative dashboard prototypes, which ensured usability and accuracy while maintaining timeline control. We also came across issues with the Azure integration and dependencies, and we had issue with authenticating the API and configuring dependencies from the data scientist team, which led to team lead, which caused delay, and emphasizing the value of early technical environment setup and clear communication. Thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you, Beatrice. Thank you, Klaus, and every member of the team. That was insightful. I like how you took it from the beginning to the end, and also give us a conclusion of what we learned from the project and your conclusion as a project manager. So, does anybody have question for the team? Anyone have question? If you have any question, kindly indicate. You can raise up your hand. If you're on the road, you can type in the comment section. Does anyone have a question for them? Anybody have a question for them? All right, I think I already have one question for the case, the team anyway in general. How does this your project of findings, how does it impact the business in the long term?
So as we can see, I'm just going to share my screen real quick. So as we are able to see in the project, using data from the last 3 years, we were able to look at the major problem that the hospitals were facing, and using that as a guide as to pick the areas of concern. And what we noticed was that there were spikes within a certain period of the year. That would enable focusing more planning within those period of the year where there are more spikes, that's the flu period and the winter period. And this will, so winter period, there will be more proactiveness with making availability for more staff as well as bed space, planning ahead before the winter period, as because during the summer months we have low patient turnout in the hospitals, and usually it will be a case of lesser admissions and higher discharge. So using that information we've had over 3 years, it will guide in making plans within the winter period. So we are making availability for bed space, more bed space. It could be a case of having incentives for staff within the winter period and making rotas to be more flexible. So what do I mean by that? Staff don't have to be on long shifts. So there's a plan ahead before winter where each member of staff has an idea of how long they have to be in on shift. They don't have to be on long shifts, which could cause to burnout for them. And at the end of the day, low morale. So there could be other ways of incentivizing the whole process if there are plans ahead of time before the winter period where there's usually a peak.
Thank you, Bilkis, for that. Just to add more, just to add a little bit more into the question, maybe just change the direction a little bit. Does
Okay.
this help the business expand, thereby bringing in more revenue? Because for what I can see here and understand is that if you're able to figure out what is costing the day, that means we are able to expand and get more money into the hospital. Am I correct, or does that not solve this?
Yes, you're correct. Just because, so, when we're able to pinpoint the issues and prefer solutions, there wouldn't be a case of late planning, and in that, in return, would have to do more spending. But if we are planning over ahead of time, before the periods where we know we're expecting more patients, we're able to make budgets to work within those periods where we have peak patients within the hospital.
Oh, all right, thank you. Hi, Blessing, you want to say something?
Yeah. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
Hello, Bilkis.
Hi, Lesson.
Well done, nice work.
Thank
All
you.
right. So I understand all of this is for decision making, yeah, for hospitals going forward if they need to do anything within the year, right?
Yes, yes.
So does it affect staffing, like the period where you do not have so many people coming to the hospital? Let's assume the months before they're supposed to have 20 nurses on duty. For the following months where they do not have, or where they know that you've already predicted that there will be low inflow of patients, does that affect rosters as well?
So because in summer months where they don't expect more patients,
Yeah.
it will be a case of regular rota for the staff members. There's usually what we call bank staffing. In periods where we have peak patients during the winter period, the hospitals can make plans to invite bank staff to join the member of staff at those periods when we expect more patients. So if that is being forecasted ahead of time, the plan would have been made ahead of that period. So thereby reducing staff burnout.
Okay, so that also reduced the amounts that the hospital will be spending on salaries and the rest, right?
So with staff back staffing, it's like agencies that will be invited in. So yes, the hospital would have to pay more for salaries during that period, but on the long run, it's reducing the wait time for patients, and also reducing the numbers of beds that are being occupied at a time. So in one way or the other, that is also covering up for the amounts that will be spent on staffing.
Okay, I get.
So
No
because the
problem. Thank
cost,
you.
yeah, at that period won't be as much as when you have patients staying in longer.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, everybody. So I'll be sharing my thank you to the team that's presented. That would be all in terms of questions from me. I think that will be all in terms of questions for everyone else. But I'll be sharing my screen again now. Let's dive right into what Amdari does. And say, for example, you're somebody, if you are just joining us, I'm about to dive right into what Amdari does and how we can actually help you. You've seen this project that's been presented to everyone here. This project is what our interns do on a daily basis. Interns consultants do on a daily basis in order for them to be able to gain competitive edge over their counterparts applying for a job. So when you get into interviews, you are not presenting yourself as somebody that lacks experience. Oh, I studied cybersecurity. I'm able to use this tool. I'm able to use that tool. It comes with, oh, I'm a project manager. I worked on a project on an hospital, this project on this, and this. This was what we achieved. This was what we were able to reduce, which was one of the reasons why I asked that question, because organization focus majorly on how does this make me more money? How does this reduce the losses that I'm gaining? Now, the project management team have been able to collaborate with a cross-functional team, and they've been able to help an organization spot the gaps where they are not being efficient, thereby losing money, and thereby not being able to get more revenue on board. So now that they've been able to figure that out, the organization can use this case study now, implement it, plug those holes, get plug the holes for the more money they are losing, and also now start making more money themselves as an organization. Then an organization can now, when you present this kind of project, the cost of sponsorship is no longer a stress for them, because they've seen you save organization thousands of dollars, thousands of pounds before. Now they'll be willing to hire that kind of person to be able to bring them that kind of knowledge for them to be able to get more revenue and plug all the holes that is leaking revenue for them or not making them efficient. So, like I said the other time, Amdari, we are a platform that has been designed to revolutionize the way we see edtech, the way we what's it called? Tech professionals build their careers and get jobs. Many platforms gives you theoretical knowledge. You learn how to use this tool, take tutorials and all those kind of things. But how many of them give you real world project experience in order for you to work on? That is what Amdari does. And as you can see, our consultants have presented a real world project experience from a real business that they've worked on. And they've been able to properly analyze it to everybody, and they've shown it in a business sense, like this is something that makes sense for a particular business for them to be able to implement and save money, also expand if they were willing to expand. And just to also clarify, this has been These are what's it called? The platform. These are the we offer our training in not a training, our internship in data analysis, data science, data engineering, business analysis, SOC analyst, and threat intelligence. That's for those who want to join the cybersecurity course, ethical hacking, penetration, GRC, that's governance risk and compliance, and project management. The project that was presented now is a collaboration between project management and data science. Let's dive in a little bit. You understand me? What exactly does Amdari offer you when you sign up for our program? Some of you have attended one or two of our sessions before. You've seen what we do. You still have doubts. Is this the right thing for me to do? Why should I even jump on this thing? And tell you, like I've always mentioned on people that join this kind of our social media is an abundance and of testimonials of people who have gone through this program who also had doubts and they've been able to essentially what gain jobs in the UK, sponsorship jobs, jobs that take, they are earning from bare minimum to above average, and so on and so forth like that. So what does Amdari does? We bring a rebranding into your career abroad, in the UK, in Canada, wherever you are. We bring a rebranding to it by doing what? By giving you project-based experience and giving you employability skills. What do you get from project-based experience? You get 10 real world, 10 real industry-based projects. You work with cross-functional teams. The project management team now just project they presented, they work with the data science team. That's cross-functional. So when you enter into an interview and they say, have you worked on any cross-functional projects before? You are not definitely start saying, or racking your head around the time. Of course, you've done the projects before. And one of the signs that you have real experience is the fact that you are not presenting the same project over and over again as your experience. They ask you this question, that's the project that you present. They ask you another question, still the same project that you use as a case study. That is why our projects are they are diverse within multiple industries, multiple projects. So even if we ask you 20 questions, you have projects that you've worked on in 20 different scenarios that you can outline for people. And this is our training or our internship also offers you an avenue for you to get multiple technology experience, like you use different kind of tools. You work within a team. As you've seen that within this particular project that the consultant just presented, think about 4 people worked on this particular project together, and more than 4 of them might have done that work when they did. So as a team, and they work together as a team enough for them to be able to achieve a product. So when they ask you, have you worked within a team before to execute a project? It's not a new question to you. Oh, of course, I did this, I did that. So my teammates did this, and so on and so forth like that. When you are interviewing or when you have a meeting with a recruiter, and also you have an increased confidence for future roles. You no longer feel like an imposter. Quite a number of people have imposter syndrome. Am I even qualified for a senior project management role? Am I this money is too large and it's too big, it's too large, I can't really go with it. No, that is no longer the case when you take on up on the Amdari project, because now you feel a lot confident. Now you have work experience. It's not a case of you've read on Coursera, you've attended multiple YouTube sessions hosted by different kind of creators and so on and so forth. Now you are competent, you have used the tools, you've worked on real life projects. And last but not the least, networking opportunities. The very good thing about joining our program is you are going on a journey with the same set of people that are going on the same journey with you. And you have mentors and you have coaches that can train you, mentor you, tutor you. You have mentorship sessions within our cohorts, within our program, mentorship sessions. You have people who have walked the talk. You understand? People like Efemina, people like Adeza who have relocated to the UK. Those are founders, they have relocated to the UK. They've done the care job, they've done factory work, and they've been able to transition. They were able to transition into tech, get jobs in tech. Have companies hired them from different parts of the world. They are currently based in Canada, and so on and so forth like that. So networking opportunities. that is not available for, you can't work in silos. That is not available for you when you are applying all by yourself. And the very good thing about even networking is that you don't know what an organization needs. Say, for example, somebody within your cohort gets a job and they are hiring 10 project managers within that space. If if you are not there, if they don't know you, they don't hire you, they can't refer you. So, which is one of the reasons why networking opportunities is a very important thing for you when you are joining a program like this. We offer CV revamp and review. A CV revamp and review will teach you how to do it, will follow you step by step. We offer LinkedIn optimization, step by step guides on how to do it. Like I mentioned earlier, a one on one mentorship session, career coaching for you. We coach you on how the trajectory needs to be in order for you to be able to what, get competitive edge. When after 2 months of your program, after a month, after you started working on any project or anything, you can start applying for jobs. And when you start applying for jobs, you get interview, we do interview preparation for you. It's part of our program, interview preparation. We provide you job reference letter. For example, your application, you put Amdari as a consultant on your CV. Like, I worked at Amdari as a data analyst consultant, as a cybersecurity consultant. Have it on your CV there, and we can give you reference. If you put that you've been working for it Amdari for the last 1 year, and they reach out to us, we are going to give you glowing CV. In fact, when you go through one of our interns personally confessed to us that the recruiter told her that the competition was so great, like was so intense that they didn't know what to separate them with. But when our reference letter came from Amdari, that they just knew instantly that she's the right person that they wanted to choose because of the reference letter. That is how powerful getting a UK reference letter can be for you. And we also provide, when you are done, we don't just dump you and say, oh, we are done with you. We provide you on the job support even after leaving the program, after getting a job. Yeah, some of our success stories. So you see, this is Francis. Francis was, you can connect with him on LinkedIn. He was our project management consultant, a project management consultant at Amdari. Also signed up for the internship job like this. And Francis got a job with Deloitte UK, sponsorship job for that matter. You can see it here. Where he's mentioning, one day I just got a call from Deloitte that the interview was successful. I'm starting onboarding in August. To God be the glory. If you're able here, you know my name is brother. This has, like, he sent a message to Brown. Brown is his coach. This is one of the many. Let me just share my screen so that you can listen to Francis' testimony just for about a minute.
Able to achieve one of the major reasons, one of the major goals that makes you sign up, which is landing a job. And when I got to land a job with Deloitte, a project management role with Deloitte. So congratulations once again, Mr. Francis. Yeah, so before Amdari, what was the biggest challenge you faced in your job search, especially breaking into tech and landing that first role?
Let me go by your question structure. First and foremost, before Amdari, it majored my quest for upskilling on academics, and so within that period, I was really not interested in getting the hands-on until that has been completed. So I wouldn't really, say I had much of a challenge, but rather an upskilling purpose and intentions. And that's the reason why I decided to give me a chance to work with teammates, cross-functional teams, as we would always call it, on real business problems. And honestly, it was not just managing timelines and tasks. It was about learning to coordinate people, prioritize goals, and also communicate effectively. Yeah. Um, one of my major highlights for um, joining Amdari was the exposure to project management tools like Trello, Asana, and Confluence. Yeah, these platforms weren't just digital platforms. they became the backbone of how um, we communicate and track projects. So I can tell you with Trello, it got me hands-on um, with Kanban methodologies. Um,
So as you have heard from Francis, you realize that Francis has given his own testimonial. Like that was how he was able to go to a job. He's one of our consultants. You can send Francis. His name is Francis Afua. You can send him a DM on LinkedIn, connect with him, ask him about his experience. Also, we have somebody that got a job, you know, offer of £50,000. And she turned it down because the offer was the 6 hours drive from London. She couldn't want to go. So this is Dora. Her name is Dora. She got offer as a compliance analyst in the UK. You understand me? And this is Larry. Larry got a job as a business analyst in the UK. So when you come to our YouTube channel too, you see Larry's testimonial. You see Larry's testimonial. Let me see where
Congratulations
Larry's
on
testimonial
securing a
is.
data analyst role in the UK. We are more than happy that you're sharing this news with us. Congratulations are in order. Getting a job is always a struggle. So what would you say your biggest challenge was, in the job search phase, especially
This
as
is Larry's testimonial.
so congratulations on getting the business analyst role and was very excited for you. Once again, you got a job as a business analyst, right, Larry?
Yes, in my current place of work.
Awesome, awesome. So congratulations on getting the business analyst role and was very excited for you.
So as you can see, these are real life people. These are real people within the UK, immigrants like you who have relocated to the UK, who are sharing their testimonies on getting a job in the UK. This is Feisayo that got a job as a data science scientist in the UK during our work experience program. So she says, you can see, hi Mohammed, I just got a data science job, like my first what's it called job, like my first data science job using some of the things we learned here. Amazing. So this is Damilola. She landed a senior role in procurement in the UK before the completion of her internship. She was just 2 months into her 3 months internship before she was able to get this job. There are so many, we have so many testimonials of people who have gotten a job within the UK market. Vivian got a job as a data science. Like look at her, she wrote an email to a femina, and she got 3 job offers, like 3 job offers from the PwC Asset Risk Consultant and Bank Julius Bear, all in the UK, in order for her to be like we are doing quite a lot here with at Amdari in order for people to be able to get that competitive edge. We have realized that many people are not playing at the level at which many immigrants are playing. So we need to be able to level that field, and Amdari has come to level that field and even give you bigger edge than anybody else. So in everything, right? When is our next cohort? Our next cohort is beginning December 6th. That is just about roughly 8 days away. And I'm going to recommend that everybody, yeah, if you've not already joined our program, please sign up for this program. Like, please sign up. It's going to be a life-changing experience for you. So, what do you need to do to join our next program? The full amount for this program is £500, right? But we are currently offering a Cyber Monday discount that has brought our discount down to that's brought our pricing down to £310. Like £310. That's about £190 saving, right? But the good thing is that you can pay in 3 installments, £103, £103, £103 over a 3 months time period. And if you sign up for this program, right? It's a 3 months program, you will get 1 month free. That is 4 months of valuable work experience that you cannot, 4 months of valuable experience that is going to be beneficial for you. I'm going to copy the payments link into the comment section so that you can click on to make payments. So let me just copy that while I go through other things. So what are you getting with this particular signing up for our next squad? What you are getting essentially is CV and LinkedIn makeover, interview mastery preparation, exclusive remote job access. Like we have us, we have we've subscribed to many paid channels that can give you exclusive remote job, and there is a personal portfolio website for you to be able to showcase your skills and everything that you have been doing. And you also get an international work experience. We are a UK and Canada based organization. We are registered in both countries. Do you understand me? So it's not a work reference from it just anywhere. You are going to be getting valuable work experience. And you also get mentorship session every Thursday from my industry experts and career coaching session. So that is pretty much it from my end, right? Like I've mentioned earlier, we have the Cyber Monday discount ongoing, and I'm going to recommend that we are starting the cohort December 6th. I'm going to recommend that please sign up for our next cohort because it is going to be valuable for you. Does anybody have any question? If you are going to be signing up for our next cohort, kindly signify raise up your hand. Does anybody have any question, observation, what they would like to know?
Hello.
Hi, Alexander.
I'm sorry, I joined late. I joined about
Oh,
5 minutes ago. Yeah, but I was able to pick up a few